Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Wags Media. Wags Media provides you with everything you need to generate more customers and grow your brand. Head on over to wagsmedia.com, wagsmedia.com, to enter a contest where you can win a free, done-for-you custom website valued at $2,500 for a limited time only. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today I have Kelly Benamati with us. She is a holistic wellness and family solutions expert that utilizes an integrative approach to healing. Also a global entrepreneur, healing touch practitioner, and freelance writer and blogger. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Grateful to have you here. We'll jump into the first one. The first question I have for you, Kelly, is what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
That's a good one. So I had a fairy tale fancy country club wedding and spent close to $30,000 on our wedding. And wow. It ended in a Hollywood horror, if I could say it that way. But, I learned the value and to appreciate people, loving people and not possessions.
And, well, you don't have to share, but you got my curiosity piqued. What happened?
Narcissistic abuse, to put it bluntly.
Okay, I see. Well, I appreciate you sharing. I was just like, I heard Hollywood horror, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Well, you go from the fairy tale wedding to the Hollywood horror ending. You hear those polar opposites, and when you spend that much and invest, you're anticipating you're going to have an investment on the return, right?
Yep. No, totally. I understand. So the next one I have for you is, what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Yeah, that's for sure. A non-toxic lifestyle and clean eating are the solutions for optimal, vibrant lifestyle. So in other words, detoxify your life and your relationships for stress-free living.
Now, what do you mean when you say, like, obviously I know, like, clean eating, but like non-toxic lifestyle, like what does that exactly mean?
Right. So that means that everything in our environment can make us symptomatic. And when we eliminate things in our lifestyle, such as toxic people, the vicious cycles and things that have warning labels, they tend to make us hormonal and, symptomatic, such as low sex drive, brain fog, memory loss, those sort of things. And so when we clean up our environment and our relationships, because, those lead to stress, and then stress is, a killer for us. And we can manifest it in our minds, but we also manifest it in, the area where we live, our environments, where we spend most of our time.
Totally. And what's your best piece of overall business advice? So if somebody maybe was just getting started out, like, what would you tell them first?
Always be authentically yourself. Do not be a copycat. Be real, raw, and authentic. And that goes for even when you're producing your videos. So, for example, when I make my videos, I don't typically add any music, cut and paste, that sort of thing. I'm real. I turn the camera on, and the audience, I engage them because they want to connect with me because I'm authentic.
I couldn't agree more. And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
Wow, I love this one. Do what makes you happy. Otherwise, you become a people pleaser, and everyone's happy but yourself.
I love it. And that goes perfectly with the next one. So in your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
Yeah, so my key to happiness is a simple, minimalistic, stress-free, carefree life. Doing life on your terms, living life on your terms.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
Never Give Up by Joyce Meyer. And the underlying key that I take from that, or foundation, is, trudging through life's tumultuous situations without giving up.
And what is your favorite quote and why?
with God, all things are possible, from Matthew 19:26, and because it gives us all hope.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. The last question I have for you before we let you go is, where is the best place for people to find you online, and then maybe connect with you as well so they can see some of these videos?
Yeah, Facebook. It's just www.facebook.com/Kelly.Benamati.
Perfect. Thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.